Although some of these meditations do not speak of healing directly, they are all about healing, healing ourselves, healing our world, healing our consciousness. I recalled a wonderful one-liner from Jackson Browne, and he said, "I want to know what became of the changes we waited for love to bring. Were they only the fitful dreams of a greater awakening?" My sense is that there is no going back to what we used to call normal. Whether that was a true reality or not. We are each called to lovingly deal with this situation as well as we possibly can. Certainly, one of the many, many challenges is to be able to be aware that in our consciousness as well as in our unconsciousness, that we choose either love or fear. Fear can be expressed in many ways. Scarcity, there's not enough. Separation, there's something wrong with you, or there's something wrong with me. Love can also be expressed many ways. Thank you. A simple act of kindness in the midst of chaos. Bringing gentleness to a situation that might not appear that way. Forgiving ourselves over and over and over again. And so we take a few moments now to ground and center ourselves in our deepest understanding, our deepest connection of truth. Taking us through that simple exercise of releasing our attachment to our physical body, to our emotions, and to our thoughts, knowing that we are more than all of that. And so I encourage us all to find a comfortable spot. Allow our breathing to find its own natural rhythm at this moment. And then to become aware of what might be going on with each one of us physically. Sometimes that might appear as tiredness. Not about how our emotions are affecting us physically, we will look at that in a moment. But if your back hurts, if your neck is stiff, just take a moment to separate yourself from that for a moment. Say, that's what's going on, or that's my perception of what is going on with my body. And I'm not denying the reality of that. I'm simply being aware that that's what's going on with my body, but that's not who I am. I have a body, but I am not my body. And as you create a little bit of a distance between yourself, your awareness, and your physical body, you release it for a few moments, or you release your attachment to it for a few moments. You just let it be. It will be there when you come back. And then doing something similar with your emotional self. Creating a little bit of a distance. And then noticing what might be rocking around inside you. Fear, anxiety, tension, tears. Anger, upsetness, judgment. Some you might not be able to name. But allowing yourself to be okay with all of that, not trying to eradicate any piece. Noticing it for what it is. And recognizing that I have feelings, I have emotions, but I am not my feelings, I am not my emotions, I am more than that. And so I move away from my attachment to those ever-changing feelings. And then create a little bit of a distance between my mind and my thoughts and the rest of me. Here's a thought about this, here's a thought about that, here's a thought about yesterday, here's a thought about tomorrow. Here's a thought about me, here's a thought about you. Noticing also how quickly they will change from one to the other. What might have been very important a moment ago is now back in the wings someplace. I have a mind, I have thoughts, but I am not my mind, I am not my thoughts, I am more than that. I have a body, and I am not my body. I have feelings and emotions, but I am not my feelings, I am not my emotions. I have thoughts, I have a mind, and I am not my thoughts, I am not my mind. I am more than all of that. Release from my attachment to my body or my mind or my emotions is not erasing them or pretending they're not there. I simply don't identify with them for a few moments. And let your breathing again find its own natural rhythm. And what would it be like if you reminded yourself that I love myself in this moment? Not only do I love myself, but I open myself up to receiving unconditional love. And if you would like to open that even further to recognize that I am unconditional love. I am not either giving or receiving it, I simply am. I am like the sun, it shines because that is its nature. I am love, I give and receive because that is my nature. I do not deny all of the other stuff that might be going on, but I realize only the truth of who I am and who you are is defined by my consciousness of love. And so we might take a moment or so to just sit with that. I am the consciousness of loving. And if a thought or a feeling seems to interfere with that, just come back. I am the consciousness of loving. I am the consciousness of loving. I do not know the form that might take in the next moment. I do not know, nor can I create or hold on to how you might respond to that. That is going to be your choice, consciously or unconsciously. And as I walk into this next moment, I can ask myself gently and lovingly, is what I am thinking or what I am about to do or what I am about to work with, does it open my heart or does it close my heart? That's simple and that profound. Is being right more important than being loved? Is my outrage more important than my loving? Does my anger or my fear take precedence over my ability to love? And however we might answer those questions, notice that we are simply moving into the next moment, not an hour from now, not 2 hours from now, not under a whole bunch of changes of circumstances in our mind, but simply moving from this instant to the next. Back to the rhythm of your breathing. It is interesting to note that even under these circumstances, I can love you even if I can't stand you. I can love you for this moment. I might not be able to see or comprehend how I can love you 5 minutes from now. But in this moment, as I see beyond your personality, I can love you in the truth of your being. This is what A Course in Miracles talks about when it defines this holy instant. I might not have loved you yesterday, I might not be able to love you tomorrow, but I can love you now. And that changes everything. back to the rhythm of your breathing. You are here in this moment. And in this moment, there is nothing else. The you that you comprehend or the you that you perceive is not the personality you, it is the you that rests in oneness with all beings. In Scripture, it might be called the sacred place of the Most High, not as something apart from you, but as the essence of who you are. Back to the rhythm of your breathing. Something to explore for a moment. When the Christ consciousness said, I give you the keys to the kingdom, what does that mean to you right now? What is the kingdom? What are the keys? How does it fit with your experience in this moment? And if no answer comes to you at this moment, just sit with the spaciousness of it all. The answer does not have to be in words or concepts or even images. What is awakening inside of me in this moment? And how can I nurture that awakening? Sit with that one for a moment. And as you begin to simply imagine that you are coming back to your conscious presence in the material world, what is it that you are bringing with you? To enhance the quality of your life and the life of those around you. Could be symbolic, could be in words, could be in images, could be in sensations. Allow yourself to bring that back. Back to the rhythm of your breathing again. Coming to a sense of your thinking mind, all of the thoughts that are zooming around up there. Coming back to your emotional self. which might be a little bit calmer than it was before. Coming back to the vehicle of your body. Deep breath, stretching a bit. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you for being with us. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be free of suffering. And may all beings remember who they are.